As we track the impacts of those bank failures here at home, news specialist Ladd Egan got to listen in on a virtual town hall meeting between state leaders and business owners today. Ladd, this collapse is hitting home for many firms in Silicon Slopes.
Here in Silicon Slopes, businesses connected to Silicon Valley Bank are breathing a collective sigh of relief today. They have access to their accounts for payroll and other needs. But that was not the case over the weekend as business leaders and Utah politicians scrambled for solutions.
It was a very intense 48 plus hours for everyone that was involved. Again, especially those whose deposits were at risk. We recognize that some of you had the worst days of your professional careers over the past couple of days.
The people in Silicon Slopes and across our state had a big impact on the Fed and the FDIC and the administration making the right decision.
In the Silicon Slopes virtual town hall today, Governor Spencer Cox and Senator Mitt Romney described the tense moments, saying there were long meetings late into the night trying to come up with a plan to avert disaster in the tech industry. Romney said he thinks the final decision by the federal government to step in was the right one and that the stability of the larger banking system is not at risk. The president of the Utah Bankers Association says this is very different than the financial collapse of 2008 when borrowers were unable to repay their loans.
That is not what's happening here. Our loans are strong, our capital is strong, our liquidity is strong. This was a certain very unique circumstance.
Howard Headley called SVB a strong bank, calling the collapse unfortunate and unnecessary. The former vice chairman of the Federal Reserve said panic led to the run on the bank.
It's clear that sort of the panic being spread on Twitter was a significant contributor to what happened here. It really was driven by a plain old-fashioned panic, which could happen to any bank.
They moved $40 billion out of a bank in a matter of hours. No bank can handle that.
Senator Romney said there will be plenty of time to dissect what happened here. Right now, he hopes that businesses can get this behind them and get back to business. Back to you.
All right, Ladd, thank you. And tonight, both of Utah's senators are reacting to both the bank failures and how the Biden administration has responded. First, Senator Romney tweeted out, calling the move for the federal government to protect depositors, quote, the right decision, saying that the immediate and the long-term consequences of failure to do so could be extreme. Senator Lee taking a different tone on Friday, saying Silicon Valley Bank's take on things like environmental, social, and diversity issues did not help save them. Lee's comments echo many other conservatives who have been critical of so-called ESG scores, which they say make investing decisions off of social issues.
As state, federal, and industry leaders search for solutions, many tech companies wonder whether they'd be able to pay their employees. News specialist Matt Rascone continues our team coverage in Cottonwood Heights. Matt?
Yeah, we're just outside of Silicon Valley Bank's office here in Utah, and its presence here and its involvement in so many Utah companies is what had so many worried through the weekend. There are enough ways for a startup company to fail.
That's why this was so problematic.
Without having to worry about whether their money in the bank is safe.
This type of stuff was going to kill a lot of startups.
But when Silicon Valley Bank abruptly collapsed Friday,
it failed in a day.
Accessing their bank accounts was the #1 worry for tech founders like Gavin Christensen.
This was a big moment. That's a big moment.
Christensen is the founder of Kickstart Fund. He says at least half of Utah's tech startups have financial connections to Silicon Valley Bank. Where could this have gone for Utah and the tech industry?
This was starting to remind me of the dot-com crash, of the Great Recession, of the pandemic level economic consequence.
Thousands of employees would have been impacted.
Kat Kennedy joined Kickstart last year after growing her own tech business. She says many founders weren't sure they'd be able to pay their employees until days later when the government announced their plans.
And all of us took a breath of, oh, thank goodness, because it really could have cascaded far beyond Silicon Valley Bank.
Today, Kickstart Fund has regained access to their bank account.
There's an opportunity for other banks here locally to step in and to fill what will be a pretty significant vacuum.
But the future of a bank that had dealings with so many startups in Silicon Slopes is still uncertain.
I'm very confident it'll get sorted and these companies can get back to the hard business of building something that customers value.
Doors are closed at the bank's office here in Cottonwood Heights. Christensen said he hopes another bank focused on startups will help fill that gap it left behind. Guys.
All right, interesting times. Matt, thank you.